Hello and welcome to REI 2019. Hello sir and welcome to REI. So let's begin. Can you brief us about RenewSys in India and globally?
Hi, my name is Rajesh Singh. I look after one of the plants in RenewSys. RenewSys started in 2011, starting with the EVA manufacturing in Bangalore, followed by backsheet. Then we acquired a company in Hyderabad, Solar Semiconductor, the old name, where we started making module, also as cell. Starting from 2011, we came a long way. Started with India, started supplying product in Indian customers. Touch wood, lot of innovation happens within this 7 years. Starting from normal grade EVA and backsheet, today we offer state-of-the-art formulations for EVA. We developed new product called POE. This POE is used for making glass-to-glass module, especially very useful for making floating solar modules or module which is having high efficiency. In Hyderabad, we started manufacturing module starting from 100 megawatt capacity. We expanded after 2 years to 300 megawatt, and now we have a nameplate capacity of 750 megawatt. Globally, we already had footprint in a global market, starting from African countries, especially South Africa and other part of African continents. We had good presence in Europe, so it was very easy for us to push our product in European market, in South African market very well. We started with good note by exporting good quantity of modules and also sometimes cells. As you know, total capacity of module is 750 megawatt. In addition to this, we have 130 megawatt capacity of cell making, which is being used basically for DCR on account of various schemes proposed by Indian government to use DCR components to fulfill the obligations. As a company, we have grown over 50% CAGR from the inception, and we are thinking of adding capacities in module again, and also planning to add capacities in encapsulant and followed by in backsheet. Overall, we see market is growing. There is a good demand. There is a good top line growth in the industry, especially propelled by demand creation by central government, which is 175 gigawatt requirement by 2022. Then subsequent more futuristic requirement coming in from government, making a lot of hopes in industry. But at the same time, we also facing problems in terms of not having consistent policies of government, consistent push of incentives. Sometimes incentive comes and then somehow later on it gets fizzled down. There is also a lack of support somewhere in the value chain of the industry, where now industry is thinking to have better control, better communication with central government to share various problems of industry so that required support can be taken from the government.
So that was a really nice background check on the RenewSys and your. So also, I'll come into the present. RenewSys has launched a new product at REI yesterday. So can you just brief us about it and tell us what is the unique selling point of the same?
Okay, actually we had launched 3 products. One was one encapsulant, which is called POE encapsulant, as I mentioned in my previous speech, which is used for making glass to glass or any high efficiency module. Then we also launched this module, which is called Galactic series, and these are actually half cut cells which gives more power for the same area of the module. So area of the module increases little bit, but proportionally the power of the module increases by 5 to 7 watts per module on account of half cut cells. In fact, it reduces the IR square losses because of low surface area of the cell, lead to increase in the overall power. Then also we launched a backsheet called high reflective backsheet, which increases the power of module by 1.8% if we use properly with the current setup of the module structure. if you increase do some adjustment in the cell spacing, the power generation can be increased even more by use of our high reflecting backsheet. One unique thing, this backsheet has been already put for patent. The way of increasing efficiency by increasing the reflectivity of the backsheet is a unique way we have done. We have not done the way it has been done in the market by many. So this is a unique way, and in fact we have applied patent for this, as I mentioned.
So RenewSys has been on the forefront for the backsheet things in India and globally. So sir, how do you see the market for your products developing since last 10 decades, like since a decade?
Okay, one thing I want to mention, I want to put focus on this appreciation letter, which if cameraman can show one thing, where we have pushed our POE encapsulant in the market just 2 years back, and we got lot of references from the global fraternity of the solar module PV value chain, right from the cell maker, glass maker, and equipment supplier, where they have said our POE is outperforming over all the products available in the market. When we entered into the market in 2011 with the commercial production beginning of 2012, there were no one supplying a serious commercial quantities of EV and vaccine in India, and we were the only one. We started supplying, and we helped industry grow faster by making world-class product available in country, and we also stopped many imports of these products from various overseas countries, which helped government to save a lot of products, which in fact we have done one impact analysis of how much forex we have saved, and we have submitted to the government as a matter of our obligations, because government also supported us a lot in giving us incentives in terms of reduction on custom duty on raw materials. Now government has helped us by giving anti-dumping duty on EVA, which all was needed badly because overall competition was very, very stiff from Chinese market.
So having a manufacturing hub in India, there are few challenges which every manufacturer faces in the industry. So as per you, what are the key challenges that you face as a manufacturer in India?
I could say there are two. One is heavy competition. So still, while government has helped giving safeguard duty timely to the industry, they have helped giving some rebate on custom duty on raw materials, especially to competent manufacturers. But still, one thing has to be seen in more longer view by the government is to have a consistency in policies, to have consistency in scheme systems, so that investors are confident to put up money in the industry. This is one of the two things. So I think competition has to be tackled properly. There has to be consistency in policies.
So when we talk about policy making, government has been really on it with the 100 gigawatts target. So how do you see the changes in the policy will actually help manufacturers in a long run?
Okay, as we have seen, at least for ourselves for the last 7 years, there were various schemes initially to promote installations of small systems, solar systems, in terms of capital subsidy. That has not been removed, but I think it has been what is called set off by some other new schemes in terms of getting accelerated depreciation up to 80%. Initially it was a scheme which was quite attractive to investors, but even that scheme is not having clarity. There are many schemes are coming now to lure investors, but still there is no quite clarity in industry what is going to happen in next say a couple of years or so. While industry is looking at one positive note, that government is committed to give more focus on renewable, to support investors as much possible to invest money into the business, but probably because of lack of communications or because of a bit inconsistency in rolling out plans in industry, investors are still not too confident. That has to be done, work has to be done on that front as of today.
So coming back to RenewSys, can you please brief your recent projects which you have already concluded and the ones in the pipeline?
One thing we are doing immediately is to develop a module for floating solar. This is one of the emerging market which we have seen, and we are developing the entire BOM by doing our own studies, which is study of raw materials, study of various components needed for these modules, and various technical and commercial aspects, ensuring that whatever product we comes up with, we are ahead of the industry, ahead of the technology. Though there are already modules in the market, but I think so-called they are regular modules. People are trying to use them as the solutions, but we are actually in that terms reinventing the wheels. We are trying to reinvent whether wheel which was done before or which is being used today as the standard module are right, or we can do some value addition into this.
So we can extend to R&D on your side and some value addition processes ongoing. So how do you see the future for RenewSys in the country in the long run?
We are already third largest company in terms of brand value. A lot of when references come from market stating that our module is one of the best performing in terms of power generation. We are integrated manufacturer starting from EV encapsulant to backsheet and cell and the module. It itself adds a lot of synergy into innovative work, into value chain by reducing the cost of entire manufacturing process right from component to module. With this, we are aiming to become number one, even in volume, in coming years to come. But this commitment will be, largely depends on how is going to be the overall symptoms of industry in terms of growth, building up confidence from the government policies, because we were committed to become 100,000 megawatt plus in few years or 1 or 2 years from now. But we are rethinking on this, whether we can do now or we should do little later after having seen what is happening in surrounding.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you.